I am Kodili-nye. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Depending on your time zone. Subscribers, you are all welcome. Returning subscribers, thank you for being part of the family. We are here again to do a vlog about issues concerning a particular place in Nigeria, Alaigbo. We want to see how. I'm just on the street. I want to speak to there's a young man with me here, which is also from Nigeria. I want to ask him a few questions about how the Alaigbo can be developed, how the people can be developed without wasting much time. How are you?
I'm good. Good morning, good afternoon,
What's your name?
good evening, depending on the time zone where you are residing.
What's your name?
My name is Vincent Afamefuna Ene.
Are you from which state in Nigeria?
I'm from Enugu State.
Okay, that's must be in the southeast of Nigeria.
Exactly.
Okay. What do you think about this burning issue about people from the southeast or the Igbos developing the Igbo land? How can this be achieved? If you can give us some idea.
Thank you so much. Me are looking at Igbo land. If you watch very well, you will discover that is a land full of honey. It's all about the leaders to come together and have a holistic look inward, especially towards what the abundance things God has used to bless Igbo land. First and foremost, Igbo land need to unite. When they unite, they can now see how they can champion or chart way forward. First and foremost, there's no way Igbo land can develop without tackling security. Security is the key. If they can be able to get it right with security challenges going on in Igbo land, that is the first step. Then secondary, God has blessed Igbo land with fertile land, of which they need to just map out a greater zone for agricultural produce, which will enable them to be agri-reliable and sustainability that can be able to, provide the needs of the people living in Igbo land.
Yes. Thank you. Before I ask you again, for those that are joining us, we are discussing about how the Igbo land in Nigeria, basically Igbo land is made up of southeast and also in the southern region. The Igbos live in the southern region of Nigeria. How it can be developed by the people. That's what I'm discussing on the street of London. And I have a gentleman here by the name Mazi Vincent Ene. Is from the southeast state of Enugu State, a part of Igbo land, and he has been sharing his view concerning this development. And I will ask him what other reasons, what other solutions to development challenges in Igbo land, if you can say. What other?
Okay, more solutions is what I call it having a market square. This market square will be positioned in a strategic places where both imported and raw material within the location can be able to gather together, and as well Igbo people will go into deep in manufacturing industries, as well set up different factories where these raw materials can be able to be used
for those industries.
Yes, for the industries. and that's where you see products will come out of it, make it available for consumption, both for the people in the land and possible export it to earn foreign incomes that will be used for the development of the land. And not only that, you also discovered that there are some places in Igbo land like Aba branch. This particular place is blessed with more of manpowers, with different talents. If you watch critical, it's just that our government are not supporting enough. If not, they would have gone far by now, because they are doing well in terms of manufacturing, in terms of producing different products. But they need encouragement, they need some incentives, they need a fertile ground that will give them the boost for them to do more. So I am calling on both the government, the followers, and every other concerned Igbo people that we need to rise to this occasion and utilize what God has used to bless us and make Igbo land proud. Because if Igbo can stand and unite in one accord, bet you Igbo people, Igbo land will be a place to be emulated. People will be coming for different peoples in Igbo land. Yes. It will be a center of attraction. That is the message I want to pass. And we need to stand and do the needful so that our land will be revitalized again.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mazi Vicenta, and for sharing your opinion about this burning issue of Igbos developing their land. I am of the opinion that also that the Igbos has to do something to develop their own land. You can't keep on developing other places and leaving your own land in squalor. That's abomination. That's foolishness. The greatest foolishness you can always imagine. And he has suggested some of the ways that this thing can be achieved. For you that is going to listen or listening to this video, what is your own view about this? We'll continue to discuss. Remember, we are trying to gather the opinion on the streets of London. London has a lot of Nigerians, and they are of Igbo extraction. There are thousands of them in London here. So I happened to meet this gentleman, and he's from Enugu State of southeastern Nigeria and of Igbo stock. And he's very passionate. He's Igbotic actually. He's passionate campaigner for development and Igbo. Thank you very much, Vincent, for joining us today as we walk around. Thank you very much.
You're most welcome.
I would love to bring you back to this channel to have more opinion about burning issues, especially in Nigeria and Igbo land in particular. Thank you very much, and we'll talk next time.
All right.
God bless you. Yeah, see you.
All right, see you.
Yeah. So I just spoke to Mr. Ene, Amazi Ene. This is the street opinion in London. I am just walking in the street and trying to harvest opinion about this burning issue. Even those that are not Igbos are telling the Igbos that they need to develop their own land, that they shouldn't be crying all the time marginalization, blah blah blah, or developing other places, that we are developing this, we develop Lagos, we develop this. That's enough of that. That charity begins at home, that you need to go and develop your own land so that the people will be proud of you. If I might borrow the words of the governor of Anambra State, the current governor of Anambra State, Professor Soludo, he said that no group of people or place will give you the desired respect if your homeland is in squalor. No matter how money you make outside, but if your homeland is not prosperous, they will be thinking that you are like coming to take things from their own land. So, but if you want to have the desired respect, you must also make your homeland a livable and prosperous homeland. And you must also make your land a desired land. So that if those people try to mess around, you just say to them, I'm going with my investment. And they will be on their knees begging you, because they know the impact of your absence to their economy and their general well-being. So that's exactly what he said. He said, if you upset, if they upset you, say anambem, nama anambem. So, but this time around, they are, because they notice that you have not developed your place, you have not done even 10% of what you are doing in other places in your own homeland. They are very eager to abuse you, to say a lot of innuendos and say all palatable words against you. Sorry, it's very cold. It's winter now. I am feeling the cold myself. So they are ready to say all uncharitable words, all on unprintable words, and intimidations and harassment, at a point saying to you, go back to your home, blah blah blah, and all those things. So that's what we are discussing, and how the Igbo land can be developed to be African Dubai, Taiwan. How we can turn around the Igbo land, the Igbo nation. The Igbo land is in southern Nigeria, although Igbo spread all over Nigeria. There is no single state in Nigeria that you will not find between the lowest 300,000 Igbos. Some places, they are almost 40% of the population. If you go to Lagos, they are between 40% of the population. So 35 to 40% of the population. You go to Abuja, the same thing. They have almost 40% of the population. So in states that they don't have numbers, they have at least 10% of the population or 5% of the population. They are the next, if you remove the indigenes, they are the next in number in population. That's how huge they are. And this population has become a threat. Some people thought it's a threat in the same country. You can't believe that. So some people because they are becoming prosperous every day, and this has created a lot of cruelty against them and jealousy, which progress normally brings jealousy. Especially for those lazy ones that are not developing themselves. So because they notice that this person will come today, work very hard and make it in life, and suddenly they start creating unnecessary rivalry and jealousy, which shouldn't be the case. Instead of imitating what this person is doing or trying to to enjoy also or celebrate the success, this create a lot of injustice, jealousy, and at the same time bullying and harassment, sometimes destroying the properties, or causing a lot of things that will actually affect them also, the local people, the indigenes of that place, in the short term and in the long term. So that's why we are discussing about these things. I just discussed with Mr. Omazi Ene, Vincent Ene from Enugu State, and you heard from the horse's mouth. He heard what he said, and he's very passionate about people, the Igbos getting their investment home, trying to a proactive action to develop an Igbo within 5 years, to turn around the whole an Igbo within 5 years, which you know that they can do that. They have the capacity, they have the ability to do that. They have done it in many places. You see, many places they settle in Nigeria or around the world, you can see that within 5 years, the whole place from a rustic rural area turn around immediately, because they start imparting on the society immediately because of the ability to work very hard and earn their living from it. Let's just look at this wonderful. This is what they use this tree trunk as a tourist, as a work of art. You can see how beautiful this is. You see, this is a deliberate action by this. This is part of this university. I think this is extension. This is just in the university compound. You can see how it's a deliberate action for them to plan to turn this tree trunk into something of attraction. And that's what we are talking about, Igbo land, that we should be deliberate. We should be deliberate because of God-given talents. I think God that created the Igbos created them to be valuable to wherever they are, and also to be valuable to themselves. Not just be valuable to others and leaving yourself behind, but to be valuable also to yourself. You know, as they say, charity begins at home. And I also say that charity begins at an Igbo. So I normally use that word because it's to show my my passionate ambition for development in an Igbo, which is a must for everybody. It's not something that if I will or when, but it's something of a 5 years plan that has to be implemented immediately. So I think they have the capacity to do that. I think that's what need to be done if the Igbos has to be respected, you know, because already their population is becoming a threat to many. Some people are being the same people that are talking about racism in London here, and then in the UK, saying that the citizens are harassing foreigners and all those. They come in their own country, instead of appreciating their own fellow citizens, they are rather bullying them and saying all unprintable things. You know, you'll be asking yourself, what's the essence of being Nigerian if you can't appreciate a fellow Nigerian who is successful? If you cannot, you know, accommodate to one another, if you cannot love one another. So what's the essence of saying that you are from one country? So, and at the same time, you are accusing other people of racism. But in your own country, you everything is modeled in clannish and tribalistic thing. So, but I would also advocate that the Igbos also go and develop their own land. And when you develop your own land, you now come back again. And I don't say to you that you will not, the Igbos will not be investing in any other place, because that's wrong. It shouldn't, because once you are still in one country, and because the Igbos are also they are very, very economic minded people, economy minded people. They know about economics, so they know that you also invest everywhere, but you must be calculative. But what they will do is that they need to invest heavily in their homeland. 30 to 50% of their investment now should go to their homeland, and that 30% to 50% will actually turn around that place within a 5-year period. Persistent and continuous investment. That's what we are discussing. I think that's what is important at this time, for them to look inwardly now and say, let me first the home front and bring some of those wealth. You know, some other people in Nigeria, they are basically speculators. They speculate, they get the money, they don't actually help to develop the place they make the money. what they do is that they take the money, every of them, even they don't pay rent, they sleep in the road with their mat, and they don't actually develop the local, even they make the local community worse off. But the Igbos, the gift of God in them is that they also take wherever they live as their own home. They don't discriminate. You can see they are Republicans. Anywhere they are, they they mingle with the local community. They speak their language. They eat their food. They do everything there. Develop the land there and take the opportunity that is in there as well. So that's how the Igbos do, and that's what has differentiated them from others. That's something God has given to them. That's not what they manufactured by themselves. It's something God has actually given to them, and I do believe that's and as a Christian, I think that's what life should be. That's what life should be, and I do believe that time has come that the Igbo land should be revamped. Igbo land should be revamped. Onitsha and Aba also should be a driving force to all these things. That's why sorry, I have it's cold here. That's why I've been advocating for total turnaround of Onitsha, Greater Onitsha region, with a timeline. It's not something of doing it haphazard way, but something with a timeline, like a revolutionist who have a seriousness in him or her. Not building just maybe 2 or 3 or 4 roads, but no, building hundreds. Planning of rebuilding most of the street roads and all those things, how to get the financing, how to do it in a way that will create jobs and help to change the whole city, so that in a year, 2 years, people will be shocked of what has become of that city. So that's what we are discussing about. It's very, very important, considering that this has become an urgent this thing, and it will help also to save life, because the more we continue to dilly-dallying, it's not helping anybody, and it's not helping the Igbo land as well, and the Igbo people as well, Nigerian people of Igbo extraction. So that's why I'm here to advocate for this. That's why I have to I met this guy, the guy I was speaking earlier, Mazi Vincent Ene from Enugu State, and you can see that he was speaking with passion. He was speaking with passion. He's not mincing words what need to be done. And he talked about unity. Yes, there's unity when people gather together to desire that this is we cannot continue how we are doing this. Let us do it differently. And you can see that when the people, start to do like that, there is always a program change, or there's always a great change. You can see that. So that's what we are talking about today and discussing. And I hope that that this our discussion is making any sense at all. I hope that you will participate in this discussion, because that has been a burning issue for some time now. Even during the recently concluded election, you can see what happened. You'll be thinking yourself that this Nigeria, is it still a country? Do we still have Nigerians, or do we just have people calling themselves Nigerian, but there's no country called Nigeria? That's what you'll be asking yourself. Because what happened there in that election will show you that there's forces that are fighting in order that there won't be any country called Nigeria. And those forces are playing ethnic card and using even religion, and they are playing a very dangerous game, whereby if Nigerians voted for a particular person, they will turn around and say something else. Oh, no. It can't be like that. It's my turn. So, and that has render the country in a big mess, because we keep on getting people that doesn't have the capacity to be president or even to head a company, but they are the president of a country, and when they go there, everything is turned into a mess. So I am Kodili-nye. If you are watching this, if you are joining this vlog now, we are discussing about how the Alaigbo can be developed. And I spoke with a gentleman called Mr. Mazi Vincent N from Enugu State. And if you start this from the beginning, you heard him talking. He have his passion, how he was talking passionately about the development of Alaigbo. And we're carrying on like that. And remember to subscribe as you are listening. So, and he talked about industry, manufacturing. I always believe that the future of Igbo nation, or Anambra State, or any other state in the East, is industries, technology, industries. Because the land mass is not that big, but with industries, which they are capable to do, they can always create wealth and make the land a destination, not a departure area, and a livable area. So because with industries, what it does is that it create wealth, and the people come because of that wealth you have created, instead of just trading, because trading is good, but if you don't have industry that sustain the trading, you will soon find out that you will become a slave to the manufacturers, or those people that produce all those things. You become basically a servant to them, and in the long term, you notice that you actually not helping yourself, because you are just taking a little profit, and there is no big skills or technology transfer that is being expanded in your own area. Let's just look at this tree. You can see how big it is. You can see how big. Just and a lot of trees, a lot of birds on it. They are enjoying themselves. You see, he has shedded most of his leaves. I think the Igbos need to shed most of their mindset, what they used to do before, and how they behave before. You know, they need to have a new mindset that is akuluna, that it should be a proactive action, starting from the town, from the villages, from the town, and the timeline should be adopted. That in those states, they should have a way to say, okay, we have a 5 years plan. Everybody involved. That they will start to make in village and town this thing, and a timeline of 5 years. That we want to have this number of industries, this number of stuff, the roads, all the roads repaired, and all those things, and the plan how to achieve it. So that's what they need to be discussing. I know some of these politicians are not thinking like that, because some of them have no vision or mission to accomplish. They are just there for the next election. But I'm not talking about people forming pressure groups, even changing the narrative, even forcing those politicians that are not serious before to be serious, to start thinking twice about what their actions in the past. So that's what I'm actually, I'm advocating. It's very important for us to think that way, because it will help to change the narrative. it will help to change the narrative, because with that we can easily change Igbo land. Think about when I was a kid living in Onitsha, I remember then that most of the billionaires in Nigeria then from Igbo land are living in Onitsha. Most of them that time, you hardly hear any of them living in Lagos. They go to Lagos. Lagos wasn't that much important to them because they make more money in Onitsha than Lagos. So they were not talking about not having seaport or something. Their businesses was going, and some of the industries they was working, and a lot of things. And a lot of things was happening, and all these big transporters and industrialists, all of them, GOs and all those, they were all living in Onitsha. They were all living in Onitsha. Those that are living in other places in the east and the Igbo land are living in Enugu. Most of them are living in the east or Igbo land, and none of them were living outside Igbo land. They only go there, and they don't do big functions in outside Igbo land. You had the other day Uju Ifejika had a big function which should have been done in the east, but it was being done in Lagos. So how will you create jobs where the main function of your this thing, you are doing it outside the Igbo land? So there's no way you create job, because people would have, if that lady is one of the men and women or timber of caliber in Nigeria, even if she would have done that in Onitsha, think about that. All those thousands of people, billionaires and millionaires that participated in that, they would have used airports. Let's say Chinua Achebe International Passenger and Cargo Airport, or Asaba Airport, or Owerri Airport, or Enugu Airport, to come to Onitsha. Think about what would have happened. Something like maybe 10, 20 private jets landing. Think about a lot of airlines. Think about the change it would have done to the economy. The airport services, the cab service, the hotels, because all those people has to lodge in a hotel. Think about when thousands of people coming into Onitsha just to do function. Hello? Sorry about that. That's a wonderful dog. So think about when that thousands of people come into Onitsha just for that wedding. Think about the money that they will generate to airport taxes, the local economy. Think about the convention hall. If there is a big convention center that was built in Onitsha. So this is the ways to create economy. That's where you create wealth in your city. Deliberate actions, that type of wedding. Think about that. The people that will provide security, these are jobs provided. And within a week, because some of these people will come in there, and a lot of them will end up looking around in Onitsha, and also thinking about what to invest in Onitsha, because some of them are investors. They will also thinking about investing in properties in Onitsha. So think about the hotels. A lot of these hotels will be completely booked. So at least 1,000 people flooding for one wedding. So when you are having like that type of weddings at least 2 times in a month or 3 times in a month, think about that, or function or birthday or something. Think about that. So these are deliberate ways to create economy. Deliberate ways. That's why we are talking about setting up of Greater Onitsha Development Authority that will mortgage all these things. So we are talking about Alaigbo development. There should be a deliberate action that will actually turn around Alaigbo. And these things doesn't cost money. It doesn't actually, you don't need degrees to achieve this. You don't need any other thing, but it's just deliberate. Deliberate. So matter of economic importance is something that you deliberately, start up. And what will happen is that suddenly the Igbo nation will just arise. The Igbo land will start taking its place in the community of nations. So that's what we are discussing about. How the Igbo nation, Igbo land can be developed. And Igbo has to be developed. It has to be developed. We cannot be dilly-dallying. We cannot be doing hanky-panky. We cannot continue being emotional about it, being emotionalism, talking without action. We cannot be using politics on it. It should be something that is become our custom. Akuluna. It should be something that, that need to be part of the day-to-day way of living. So something that we have to be passionate, and we should pursue with vigor. We should pursue it with vigor. It's very, very important for us to do all those things, because this will help to change the narrative. The Igbo land has to come back. The Igbo land has to arise. So the Igbo land has to be developed. It has to be developed. The desert experience of now should be turned around into a productive homeland, a land of destination, a land of destination, a land of destination. It's very important to turn around Igbo land. It's very important to turn around Igbo land and make it the beauty that it should be, and make it the beauty it should be. So I don't know about your, I don't know if you have this passion, a burning passion. I do have, because for me, I would have turned around that area. 5 years is enough for me. The cities, especially Onitsha hold the key to unlocking Igbo land. Onitsha, because Greater Onitsha region, if you get it up and running, the whole Igbo land the confidence of Igbos will be restored back again. The confidence of Igbos will be restored back again. So get one city, Onitsha, up and running, and add Aba to it. I think you are good to go. So it should be a desire of anybody that has anything to do with Igbo land to now think on this direction. Let us think on this direction. Let us think on this direction. So it's very, very important. I am Kodili-nye. Remember to subscribe to this channel. Thank you for your helps.